get more? Yes, we do. Morale and rehab. So we just need to see if we can survive the first battle, because that's going to be the challenge. Right. They're out in 12 hours. At least these are +3s. But if we can't get them out before this, then it's over. Does preference impact performance for the workers? It doesn't, but what it does do is it raises morale overall, and that then has a knock-on effect for people's efficiency at working. So it says, anyway. Well, I'm not sending 24 reinforcements anytime soon, that's for bloody sure. The operation was surprisingly easy and allowed the operation team to gain more faith. Morale rises. So the more morale we can get, the better everything will run. Holy shit! I didn't see any notifications for that coming in. I don't think we can treat him. No. I didn't think so. These are tiring and difficult operations. Would he live if I put him in there? So the rest is going on extremely exhausted. And we'll put your rest at that one. And you can go on stable. He's dead. Okay, so which of the two that we want here? He's the more... This is the one causing a problem. That is a tiring and difficult operation. As is that one, but he's 2 stars. So, I'm sorry, Alfred Norris. I don't remember the chemical ward being quite so brutal last time. And on the trauma ward... We'll come to that. I don't like the look of that. We'll come to that in a minute. Right, okay. So the trauma ward is like holding steady at the moment. I guess we want faster treatments. This is just very slow. There's not much we can do. On the surgery ward, unless I can get someone in... that makes no difference. What about if I switch those two round? So he dies there. What if I put that there? Right, I can get to there. As long as the 3 stars, we've got another critical. This feels worse than last time, to be quite honest. Hey Patrick, how is the game? Brutally hard in places, buggy in others, generally good and satisfying when it's working right. A-Cup plays. Welcome to the stream, by the way, and thanks for the comments on the videos earlier. You're really hooked on this game? Yeah, I feel like I've now hit a level of puzzle that I'm thinking if I'd done things differently about 15 hours ago, it might lead to a better outcome here. Don't know how the performance affects them. It's really difficult to get... well, and it's hard to get much info on the stats at all. It does say morale improves performance and lowers performance if it goes too low. But it's really hard to see how it does. And all these perks, it says improves their working, makes them more efficient, or they work better. It's hard to really gauge how those activities improve their work efficiency. Like for the medics, they're transporting patients from one place to another. How does that work efficiency make them transport faster? Does it make them work faster? I don't know. These sort of things aren't very... they're certainly not made obvious. So who's going to go? That's a 5-hour operation for someone who's critical. He's not going to survive it. So instead we need to put like a 3-star critical in instead. And there's a 2-star critical here. 2-star serious anyway. And I think we're going to have to drop him out, unfortunately. And there's critical. We just can't deal with it, sadly. I'm trying my best and we can't deal with you. So at that point, we'll put the 2 good ones in. Because I suspect there's more. There's more in... Since reloading, I've had to put more in here than I did before, for sure. I have absolutely no doubt about that. You can see their running speed change significantly when they're more or less effective with the medic teams, can you? I've not noticed, but it's then hard to see which ones are which just without going and chasing each one down. This is still going to be tough. Right, that might mean we survive the first battle. I need those nurses. When are they coming? We've got personnel. Wait, are they here? Right, they're here. So, oh, this isn't good. This really isn't good. Would prefer not to work in the operating ward. Right. And she doesn't have any preference. What if I put that on 24 hours? 178%. But let's see if it makes any difference to these here. They're going to exhaust like that very quickly, aren't they? She doesn't have a preference. She doesn't want to work in rehab. I've got to take them out before we have a problem. So the operating centre is not working hugely efficiently. And with that sort of bonus, well, let's see if that does make any difference. Morale rises from an easy operation. But at the same time... Oof, the patient is in a state of catatonia. He is not responding to any method of examination, and I fear that we will be able to help him if we do not use stronger treatments. We don't have anything, unfortunately. So, we've got to declare him unfit for combat. Sadly. More for rehab and operating ward. I wish I could get more. I'm saving up for a surgeon now, which will be done very soon. The operation was surprisingly easy. Morale rises. Thank you. It's going to drop a lot before long. Patient's torso was pierced with the bayonet. You're going to have to follow operating procedure for that one, unfortunately. Yes, this has moved. This has drastically moved. Let's see what the situation is, because this could be... Having said that, I feel like at the moment... we might get through this without the additional surgeon. So would it be worth now? Okay, so what I need to do is save the game here. It doesn't matter what save. I can't give it a name, unfortunately. I wish I could. So the time is 15:42. I'm trying to think of a significant event that went off in the year 1542, but it's beyond my historical knowledge. So, yeah, the rehab boost is massive, Cron, because I've got them working 24-hour shifts, so they're all working in rehab, and that's gonna wear thin real quickly. I could switch them over. She doesn't have a preference. I could do a 12-hour shift. It goes back to 93. As long as they're before this. And that'll stop them exhausting as well. You need to go back there. Actually, you need to go back there. And who's Emily Osborne? Oh, I can't put any more in there. So that's maxed. So we've got 4 nurses. And whether I run them on 24-hour shift or 12-hour shift, there's nothing more I can do there. I wish I could put more into here. You know what? Maybe I can. No, she speeds up operations, so she needs to be there. Because if I have more in here, I think the patient's state does improve. So I've got a choice now, folks, and I'm going to ask your opinions on this. Let's just pause the action. There's a battle coming in. I've got the staff points to order either 2 more nurses. No, I can't do the nurses because I've got no housing and I can't build any housing. So that settles that. It's okay. We don't need to. We don't need to ask the question. But if we had housing, would 2 more nurses be more useful than 1 extra surgeon? Because the 2 nurses we could put in the casualty clearing station to decrease the rate at which casualties degraded, therefore allowing the 3 surgeons effectively more time before we had critical and serious and dead people. We can't do that because we don't have the houses. But it would have been interesting whether doing that over buying an extra surgeon was a better value. Time to send all workers into overtime? Probably, it's only 24 hours away. Your successful strategy has been to consider reject patients based on their point value per bandage. A 1 chevron soldier with a 5 bandage operation is low priority. Yeah. It's a shame you have to think about them like this, but if we can get this to green, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. That's okay. I'm not going to go for 24-hour operation yet, because we'll need to do that when that kicks off. We don't have much time. So I think... Okay, so it looks like the rehab improvements and the extra nurses were the way to go on this one. You think the nurses are better? They worked out better for you because you used them to increase the success rate of each operation. I wish I could get more of all these. I guess the game is set up such that you can't upgrade everything to max necessarily. So you have to pick a strategy and go with it. And I can get behind that. I'm just going to see what's going on with the medics. They're away for another 4 hours, which is okay. No one else is needed. So at the moment, that's fine. Panic over for now. Just for now. Until the next one. Yeah, 4 hours still to get that surgeon. I'm going to get the surgeon. I am. 3 patients died. But we're managing them. So at the moment, we're okay. Can I get him done? No, he's exhausted. I don't want him to go overly exhausted. If we can help it. He is exhausted, but he can do another 4 hours after this. And get those guys out. And then that's cleared. That's fine then. You've limited your med supply, especially your bugged out save where you couldn't get more stuff, so you amputated 50 people. I haven't amputated a single one. I've never upgraded the amputation thing. I always felt like I had more urgent pressing needs for my resources than upgrading that. Wound was clean, the shards were removed, a shorter operation. Excellent. I would love to see this go blue, but we'll survive on green. Come on, engineers. It's a shame I can't order the doctor in advance so he arrives just as that gets finished. I'd love to know what that sound effect means. It does that weird waily sort of noise. There's no one in there, but they're not needed in there at the moment, and there's no one so far in this. Just checking, because the game doesn't always tell you everything you need to know. I like how the ambulance drove like all the way around here to go from there to there. Come on, it's nearly done, it's nearly done. We've got another +3. Oh, he arrives just in time. We're blue. Excellent. And as we're going blue, I'm not going any more than that. We're starting to send people to HQ so I can get some other things built. And also, there's a thing for sending... Was it 24 soldiers? 24. It looks like we made the right choice. Come on, this is nearly done. Shorter rehab and morale rises. High spirit. Excellent. I'm liking this. We're doing so much better this time around. When do these guys come in? I never saw the notifications for that. They're 3 stars, so we throw them in. They're both 3 stars. We want there. Can we get more? I don't want an extremely exhausted one. Okay, we'll not push our luck because the doctors are going to be really pressed very soon. Three minutes. And pause. Construct surgical ward enhancement 3. Oh, I'll just click this one first. Seems our diagnosis was accurate. We could perform a more adjusted operation instead of a normal one. Adjust the procedure to ease the doctor. Right, we can now order. And this is where things are going to make the difference, I suppose. We're going in on this. We're having another surgeon. If it's the wrong choice, and all the casualties that come in from this battle are trauma and chemical ward, then I should probably have saved the game. I'll save the game now, because it's possible that we can cancel that order, I think, before he arrives. You got the Steam achievement called "It'll Cost You an Arm and a Leg." That is a bit dark humour. It is quite a sensitive subject of war casualties and stuff. And so the game, it doesn't treat it too lightly, I think. I was worried it might, but I don't think it does. Administer the normal dosage of the antidote. Or administer a smaller dosage. No, we get shorter rehab on this. 10 hours off that is good. So there is an improvement I want to build with one order. Now that the engineers are free, we can shift this around a bit. So we could churn a few foods over, just for the sake of doing it. We can get more alcohol produced. So you want to work in engineering, you want to work in engineering. You want to work the second shift. And these guys don't have any preference. We prefer not to work in the pharmacy. So that's fine, we can do that now. So someone with no preference, you can go in there. And we'll switch those over. So they're... He would prefer to work in engineering. We prefer... He just doesn't want to work in the pharmacy. Oh, well, I can't please everyone. And so we should probably... This is just running 12-hour shifts at the moment. I'd love to get that unlocked. I had no idea if I will ever get that option. But we'll boost resources there. And as you've got nothing to do, you can go into food. For the moment, food isn't a problem or a priority. But it's spending some of these because we have more freight than we can use. And extra food, you know, we may as well bank it for later. Right, we have not long before the big push. But we've gone blue, so... What I might do is leave those folks in there and then see what happens. I don't have to spend them yet, so it's okay. We're going to see what happens with the battle, and I can choose to spend them afterwards. Decrease supplies cost. Yeah, let's go decrease supplies cost, because I feel like it'd be nice to boost that up, and I also feel like the doctors are coping with their workload right now. Put that on there. Tired, exhausted. That one's rested. It's okay. We've got this covered at this point until that fight kicks off.
Sir, a message for you just arrived.
Did it? Oh, this is the free medic team. Yeah, accept the offer. Excellent. So they go straight into... These guys are bad. Where have they? Where are they? They went straight into here, didn't they? I can't see them. They don't have the same names as normal. That was maxed out before. Maybe they haven't arrived yet? Technically? Oh, I didn't put the scouts on a bloody mission. Yeah, thanks, because we reloaded. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, let's... That one. Assign. I forgot about that. And we've got this. Patient is experiencing severe rheumatic pains. There's not much we can do for him, but we could provide him with some mild painkillers that could ease the pain for a while. Add rheumatism treatment to this rehabilitation schedule. Longer rehab, 48 hours. Oof. Painkillers. Let's give him some painkillers. It costs 6, but 48-hour rehab when this is coming is... No, it's just not on. Let's take another look at that assignment. Staff. Right, so they're counting on there. And they're right, so they are here. It says they're at the clearing station. I can't see those names in there whatsoever. That's why, because... Okay, so they couldn't actually fit in. But they were there, but they couldn't actually physically fit in. So it's okay. It's not bugged. It kind of was bugged, but we've got them. That's the main thing. Everyone from here is about to get thrown into the advanced dressing station, by the way. So we do need to make sure... Actually, you can stay off there. And we're going to make some adjustments when that fight comes in. The new med staff were in the middle with the French helmets. No, that was an old one. That was the Claire twins from Chapter 1, I think. Alright, dare we do this? Let's speed up. So at least we found a way of getting this ready. Let's see. Bullet passed through the patient's body without causing major damage. One of the lucky ones. It's an awful thing when you think about it, isn't it? Bullets passing through your bodies. All the bits that they can hit on the way through. All the various organs and intestines and everything else. We have 2 staff points. What are we going to do with 2 staff points? Patient exhibits strong tendencies for vengeance towards enemy combatants, blaming them for the death of his comrades. We could use this feeling as fuel and speed up his recovery, but it could have unforeseen consequences. I mean, I can really see that coming back to bite us as he just goes loony on the front. But use his need for vengeance during treatment. He gets shorter rehab, but lower chance for the wound to not heal fully. Oh, hang on. It lowers the chances for the wound to not heal fully. Hang on, we've got a double negative there. So there's lower chance of it not healing. That's better. Okay, that seems like a good thing to do. I'm going to take the exhausted nurse off. And we better switch one on to shift 2. I would like more in here. So with 2 points, let's go and take a look at the personnel orders. What could we get for 2 points? We could have 1 engineer or a medic. Wait, it says I've got full scouts, but I don't think I have because 1 died. I can't do anything with the other team anyway, so it's irrelevant. I guess I could take 1 scout from the other team and put it into this one, to the spare one. The way bodies are built, it'd be amazing a bullet misses something vital. Yeah, it is. They can. It's just... I guess everything in there is pretty important, but maybe not all vital. If you had to be shot anyway, you'd take the shoulder. Shoulder's a complicated joint. If it goes through the joint, there's like... Because it's got such a range of motion, and I'm a bit of an expert on this after my own injuries. I don't know. I'd say the arse cheeks if I had to be shot anywhere. You have to lie in your front for a month while it recovers, but... I'm not... Yeah, it's not like I'd want to pick a place, exactly. It'd be a bit of an embarrassing injury to explain. So we could, if I wanted to, pick up another medic team. It'll leave me 1 staff requisition point. The engine... Yeah, let's do it, because it's going to kick off. I'm just going to burn that, because I can't think of anything better to do with it. Patient's wound was unexpectedly clean and there's an extremely low chance. Decreased... yeah, omit closing it for shorter operations. We're doing it on the cheap. You come out of resting. Oh, God. Oh, hang on, hang on. There's a 3 up there. And then a 2. And then we're done. We are done. So we've got through them. So this guy arrived, which is welcome news. We don't need to exhaust you. You are well rested, so we'll put a rest at the end of there. Okay. The trauma's doing well. Get shot in the earlobe? It'd have to be... It's a very small and specific place, isn't it? As long as it didn't hit anything else on its way past. Try to use the second scouts, because the missions give you drafts. I've got nothing for the second scouts at the moment. There's nowhere for them to go. I've only got this, and there's a mission assigned. But we can remove a scout from one and put it into the second team if it unlocks more stuff. You take a Forrest Gump injury. It seemed to work out well for him, didn't it? Do the procedure by the book for shorter rehab. Yep, I'll take that one. That's priority. And this is easy operation. Just a bonus. We have 99% morale. I just want to just take a moment just to savour this. 99%. I wonder if there's a achievement for hitting 100. That's quite good so far. I feel like I might save these until the battle, because we're not desperate. We don't have to get rid of them. And then we can quickly stock up ready for the next battle, and we'll see how far away we are from getting the drafts. %99 is max. Ah, can you not get to 100? That would be awesome. There's a little bit of the bar that's not covered. Alright, so the game is... It's not brutalizing me at the moment. We have supplies coming in. Someone died during the operation. That's a shame. Well, there goes... No, it's stuck at 99. That's okay. The medics have changed shift. And I think we now have someone needed on the graveyard shift. So that's okay. That's okay. Oh, wait, no. Whoa, wait. Things have changed. Things have changed. Why do things change? The nurses have just all switched over. Right, you need to go in there. So that battle has just suddenly got tougher again. Oh, some of these aren't going to get... This is going to be annoying. They're not going to release in time for that battle, are they? So let's put you back in there. Can we not scroll? We can. Okay, so there's a +2. That's it. We're back on track. And we'll save the rest. I could put the nurses on 24-hour shifts in rehab now, actually. She works better in the operating ward because she reduces operation time. Emily Osborne. She wants to work there, but it's tough. I'll put her in there. We've got 2 people and 24 hours. Boom! 270%. That's the way to do it. That is definitely the way to do it. And then we can actually reduce that onto 12-hour shifts after the battle if we can fill it back up ready for this one quick. So... You might see this update once the nurses all arrive. Because I think some of them have to come back again because we moved them out. As in, they went back to rest to the lodgings. The bullet passed through. 2 patients died during operation. Alright, that's a little bit unusual and unlucky. High spirits. Excellent. A good news story. I don't like the fact that that battle rating changed. Went from blue to green. It might be because the shift changed and it temporarily stopped rehabbing and the soldier wasn't going to come out in time. Could that have been it? That would make sense. Yeah, I could see that being a thing. Right. Pause. Pause. We have 1 draft. We're going to spend it. I'm going to upgrade. Does this cost... Oh, no, it costs 5. Damn. Okay. I don't think there's anything that costs... Well, there is stuff that costs 1. There's a chemical ward for the low-pressure gas tanks. It does give me an option, but the patients are then unfit for combat. And there's the amputation ward. Or amputation tools. I'm going to save it. I want this. I could do with that, couldn't I? The fluoroscope decreases operation difficulty by 50%. That's huge. Rehab measures allow you to send soldiers to the trenches before they finish rehab. That might be good. There's a whole lot of things that are needed here. Increases speed of patient rehab by 25%. Tuberculosis. It'd be nice to get that rehab centre built, actually. I think we can get the orders for that, so that might be a thing to do. Alright, let's roll this on. In fact, save the game at this point. As long as we've survived the next battle, we're into new territory. We've got 13 days to survive. That's a long time. Two doctors are waiting for new assignments. Okay, well, you can come out of rest straight away and get working on those. I didn't know these had come in. I'd like a big thing to go ding ding when new patients come in, because I didn't see any of this. Right, well, we're going to get rid of that rest that you were enjoying. These are quite quick treatments, actually, so... You can all rest after that. And luckily people on the chemical ward are in good condition. For now. Well rested, you can rest afterwards. Can you do one more? We'll get him like that. Okay, looking good for food. For alcohol. Supplies are just about holding steady.
Artillery bombardment.
Pause before that starts, and let's get these done. So, bullet pass through. Shorter recovery for faster rehab. Shorter rehab for 21 hours. That's a good one. That's from Strong Willed. And we've got a bad news one. Patient in a state of constant anxiety and experiences frequent panic attacks. As we do not know the cause or any triggers, I fear this could lead to psychosis in the near future. We could do with that pharmaceutic therapy. I'll give him prolonged recovery for extra 15 hours. And we have a doctor. So that the battle is about to take place. And this guy, Nicholas Delmotte, performs operations faster and... Oh, that's just nice, isn't it? Tires slower? That is just excellent. Let's put that in for sure. A doctor with 3 positive traits. I thought we had that before. So down at the rehab centre, the nurses are exhausted. So we're going to have to switch this down to 12 hours. And we've got to put 2 people onto rest. There's no choice with that because there's no one who can stand in. Those in the operating ward are exhausted. The casualty clearing station are just doing what they can to survive. Fluoroscope is good. You need to keep your surgeons less tired.
Goats.
Here we go then. This is it, folks. Bye-bye 99% morale. Alright, so... I should have thrown the medics into the clearing station, the advanced dressing station before this was coming, knowing that it was coming.
Sir, a report from the last...
there's something to click on over there. It's probably not good news. Right, so we'd prefer to work in the dressing station. We prefer not to work in the dressing station. If we can do that, we will. Doesn't have a preference. We prefer not to work in the cemetery. Would like to work on the first shift system. Does not have a preference. I only need 6 in here, actually. We're not working in the cemetery. You're fine. Prefer not to work in the cemetery. You're also fine. And there. So I can do that. The cemetery is okay. And we prefer not to work in there. So that's okay. And we're going to have 1 spare when they finally come back. But 24-hour shifts now. I don't need someone in the cemetery, but that will not last for very long. Alright, and what's going on here? This is Nathaniel Baloui. He's one of the engineers. So, others working with him tire faster, which is a shame. But he does decrease construction time. Others working with him tire less, which would then counteract that creative one. So that's useful. Uses up less resources to produce food rations and alcohol. If I remember to do that. I'm going to put the morale increases when they work, I think. Because I put them all over the place and I always forget. And it's too hard to try and work out which individual preference and perk applies to them. Until they add in a thing where you go to this screen and you can middle click the button there and bring up their perk cards. It's too hard to switch between them, so I'm just going to eat it. Nathaniel prefer to work in the engineering depot? On the engineers? Nathaniel. Says he doesn't have any preference. There isn't another Nathaniel there. I need to have a quick look in here, because now we can see, we can throw some people out. So we need to start filling, we'll put the +2s in definitely. There we go, it's already going. And there's 3 +1s. Oh, no, there's more, because it's scrolled up again. +2, +3. These are good combat soldiers as well. It's gone blue. Haha, excellent. So, let's now start getting some drafts. And they'll all be out in time, so that's looking good. In fact, if they're all coming out in time, shall I switch some nurses to the operating ward? How many are we going to have to deal with up here? Right, there's only 10 wounded in the trenches. I feel like, unless something else comes in, we are well on top of that. Someone waiting here, but he's good. Okay. I was expecting that to be far, far worse.
Battle just came in.
Report.
Our forces in the northeast and northwest from the hospital were forced to give some land to the Germans.
That means we lost access to Kashish, and Oberly Forest to the east, and Les Frontaliers Forest to the west.
Morale rises. Morale is good. I like all these simplifications. Shorter rehab from high spirit. Yeah, I was thinking in the 20s or even 30s, because this is like chapter 3. But we do have 13 days of this to survive, so far, so good. And if this changes between now and then, we've got plenty of time to get people out of rehab faster. So, they are working, right? We've got medic teams, and they should work to get this cleared fairly fast. Can we see them running around with wounded soldiers? Doctor awaits new assignments. Oh, we've got some in here. Okay. Didn't see them coming. Serious, and stable. Will they survive long enough? I think so. Definitely you come out of there. Okay, doctors. Go and do your thing. And there's 2 on here as well. Chemical ward. 1 in there. Oh, and you're kind of high priority there. Alright. So far, so good. High tolerance for gas poisoning. Excellent. Let's go for decreased cost. It doesn't make a big difference. Oh, I get shorter rehab, but I'll go decreased cost because resources. Oh, okay, resources have gone to shit here. Right, that's a problem then. Bullet passed through. Understood. Right, so engineers. This has got to be 24-hour shifts. I never got the pharmacy unlocked enough. It's medical supplies that are going to be the problem, and it's going to be very expensive trying to order more. However, I don't think we do. I think we can work through this on 24 hours because we don't have that many more people coming in. So let's see if we're going to be okay. I'd love to build something though. I don't know about the next upgrade. The fluoroscope for the surgeons would be helpful. Oh, this is unexpected. This wasn't scheduled. I'm not sure what the game's trying to tell me here. It's just thrown something at me. There's someone exhausted in the operating ward. The nurses are a problem. I can't hire any more. I can switch the shift over, though. Should we take one of them out? She's really exhausted, so she might not recover in time. So we'll take one of them out. Yeah, it might be new patients arriving. Nothing added in there yet. Infection was not so serious. His body shows signs of dehydration. It's longer rehab, but we'll do that. So at the moment, it's just resources really that's a bit of a problem. I'd like to get that upgraded. We've still got 7 in the trenches. There's 5 wounded in there. It doesn't... Kind of annoys me that nothing happens transporting here, I think, until we have everyone out of the trenches. He's good. And on trauma, he's good. An infected leg. Okay, well, we can't amputate because I never did that. But a 24-hour less... Yeah, okay, more medicine. Just give him more medicine. I can afford 1. I'll give him 1 extra band-aid. Actually, I feel... I know when we had to reload the game because we lost that first battle, I feel kind of good about that because it's good to see that the game can kick your ass if you're not doing things as optimally as needs to be for the situation that's coming up. You know, we can't just sit back and just drift through the game. So yeah, taught me something. That's okay. And in the trenches, there's 2 in the trenches. So very soon they're going to start come hurtling back here. But the ambulances don't seem to do anything. Or do they? Someone's off to the ambulance? No. Are they? They're loading the ambulance. The ambulance is going. Okay. Would have been nice to have seen that going before, and now they're doing it by foot. So now we're going to start to see people coming in here. But the medics from here have to come and get guys out of there, which is a bit slower process. Appears the gas poisoning in the patient's body was not as severe. We can have a no, we'll just go for shortened recovery because morale is high. We don't need morale for the first time in the game. I could speed things up, I think. Right, we're absolutely fine for this. So let's spend some points here. Let's cash these in while we can. Whoops, are you going to let me do this? There we go, plus 15. That's massive. And that's before we get any of the new ones coming out. So we're going to get some upgrades in here. We can afford something right now. So let's go in. I don't think I'm going to care about the resources. Possibly. There's this one. We can't quite get that. But that decreases operation difficulty by 50%. Now that is big. There's this one as well. Increases the chance of... This is on the trauma ward. But we'll use more trauma meds for it. And the other one I was thinking of was the expensive rehab centre. But it'll rehab patients faster. Where are we losing people? I think this is what we want to do. I'm going to save up 2 more drafts. And I'm going to get the better surgery ward. It's not a big long upgrade either, which is really nice. Although in production... there's always stuff in production, isn't there? Don't want that, but I do want the production slots. That's semi-expensive. And what would this give us? Yeah, that's a very expensive way of getting production slots, so I don't want that one. I think I'd want that one, but it's 8. And we'll hold off on that just for the moment. Might get some of the nurses out of rehab. We have got time. We could shift them, but everything is working quite well, so I'm going to leave them there on their shift system for now. I don't feel like we have to really switch everyone around. And we've got a spare. I'll put her back in here because she likes working on here anyway. She just tires too fast. So was it a medic team? Who was exhausted? Ah, this guy. Yeah, he can come out and have a rest then. We're just doing 12-hour shifts there. Shame it's exhausting them. Oh, wait, there's still someone there? Oh, in the pharmacy as well. You can come out. That's okay. That feels like we have a stock of there, so I'll maybe leave him out. So we don't use up all the alcohol. It's the trauma meds that we need plenty of. And we have an upgrade for someone. This is one of the engineers. Decreases construction time. Works better. Uses up less resources for producing medicine supplies. I'll do that. Actually, sever Axtel. Let me... Can we... We can't come out of this now, can we? That's a shame, because I'd like to see what his preference for work would be. It doesn't say there. He's currently assigned to producing medical supplies, so he must like working in the pharmacy. So I'll give him innovative then. And high spirit. 3 doctors are waiting for new assignments. If I press the right one, it might help. So the surgeons are now like flying away. Oh, this is a tough... He's 3 stars though, so he deserves it. Terminal. How terminal is terminal? And serious. This is nice, when they can just go straight in. And med supplies are a bit low. So this is now, everyone's out of the trenches, and we're getting people back to where they need to be. And if I have a look, then the medics, okay, the burial is fine. This bit's okay. I don't feel like we need so many in there. We're actually on top of things, believe it or not. So where do you prefer to work? No preference. As long as he's not in the cemetery is fine. I'll take you out of there and put you onto shift 2. And I'll put you in here as well. That's enough for now. I don't know whether they're needed to be in there, but for the first attack, that's gone exceedingly well. Another patient waiting for decision. He's good. He's well rested, so he can go straight onto there. Well, we got that covered. That went well. We're losing people on a long operation. Looks okay to me. Let's see. So he's good. He can go in at the end. This is starting to stack up a bit, but there's absolutely nothing we can do about it at the moment. I mean, even if I upgraded the trauma ward, we don't have the staff points to order anyone, so... Pass-through bullet. But we are going to upgrade the surgery ward to make all the operations easier, I think. Who's tired? Just switch him straight out for one of these guys. There's going to be a little bit of juggling comes around about now as we try to keep this production going high. So upgrade the surgery ward, upgrade the pharmacy. Those are my next two priorities. Let's speed this up. As soon as I press that, we've got bad news. Appears the patient suffers from pneumonia. I'd like to administer treatment for it as well, but it would require some additional supplies. Oh, it's okay. Chemical supplies we can afford, so that's fine. That was an easy operation, and patient appears to suffer from trench fever. Although death cases are rare, uncured trench fever can lead to heart failure. I'd like to request additional supplies to deal with the fever. Increased cost. It's not something we can afford, but I feel like we can probably get through this. Aha, I should maybe have looked in this first. So let's bring him in. So we're going to need definitely some more supplies here. Just bring him in to treat that serious guy as soon as supplies are available. The rest can go on the rest immediately after this to make sure he gets the next load of supplies in. And that's fine because these guys are good and we're not expecting more casualties in for a while. So there we go. Has someone just gone in? Yeah, he's been operated on. So with that being the case, we can actually put the rests up like this. And the rest can just fit in as supplies become available. So that's fine. A little bit of micromanagement. Yeah, the ADS can probably go on 12 hours now. Good call, Alwyn. Because there's no one waiting for anything there. So we'll go down to 12 hours. Would prefer not to work in the cemetery. Doesn't have preference, so he can come out. And then... Oh. He just doesn't want to work in the cemetery. And he doesn't want to work in the cemetery. So everyone's given me more morale, which is excellent. He looks tired out, so let's do like that. And then everyone's doing fine. We've got loads in the clearing station. The cemetery's okay. Actually, I'll put him in there, and then he's on shift 2. And then that'll get finished. Those should be fine and recover. And we should be absolutely fine. Apart from the tiredness here, the engineers are okay. Food is okay. Alcohol is fine. It's just this bit, so I do need slots for there. Actually, we've got improvements to make. So let's go for this one. Decreases operation difficulty by 50%. And we've got you two to go in there. And as we don't technically need the food, put him in because he's got some nice buffs for decreasing construction time. Yeah. Okay, I'll do that. We'll get that down. 6 hours. It'll do. Got to go and get the kids from school. Oh, my days of doing that are over, thankfully. Mine are 15 and 17, so I used to do the school run. Used to time everything around it. See you later, Jason. Damage to the patient's body is extensive but superficial. And the bad news is... additional supplies. So he's not reacting well to treatment. Chance of infection. But we have chemical supplies, so that's fine. And strong will, shorter rehab. There's no one else waiting. Everyone is stable or good. Just not enough medicine. That's the only thing. So we're just waiting for the engineers to produce as much as they can. Superficial wounds. A nurse is exhausted in the operating ward again. So we'll have to go like that. I wish there was something else we could do so they don't get exhausted on 12-hour shifts. I'm going to put him in there because I can't feel like we can... Actually, he can go in there and he can rest. He'll get 6 hours rest. That's fine. We can't really stop producing these because I feel like these are urgent. Actually, we need... Well, I suppose when these guys come off their job there, they'll go back in here. Did we get something else? So, we got Karl Chimera. This is the German doctor that we got. So, the weird thing about starting Chapter 3 as a standalone one is it has brought all the decisions and choices and stats and perks and staff and improvements over. How that happens, I don't know, but it's obviously the game is designed to... when you unlock Chapter 3, it brings in your previous stuff. Or maybe it's just a start point in case you need to restart. I don't know. It technically wasn't a new game. It's worked anyway. So this was the guy that we did save. So he tires slower and significantly lowers the chance for complications. Significantly raises the chance for simplications. Works more efficiently. I'm going to go for this one. So he tires a little slower and lowers the chance for complications, which is good. Ooh, a crouching enemy. Scout team reached the village where the sightings of a group of men were reported last. To the scout's surprise, the villagers were really cooperative, telling them about groups of men sneaking through the southern fields. They seemed to be travelling in many separate groups, 5 to 6 men each, avoiding being spotted and taking routes that were as far from the light as possible. The commander decided to check the fields. The tracks they found there seemed to corroborate the villagers' stories. There were multiple tracks of small groups of people sneaking through the fields, all leading in the same direction. Follow the tracks. Scout. Okay, there isn't a second one, but we go to the teams. And... Oh, he's on it. Right, so I don't need to change anything. That's what I wanted to check. Oh, it's his birthday just one day before yours 100 years ago. Let's see. Infection was not serious. We have high hopes. He's got dehydration. Okay, longer rehab. Oh, another one. Shorter rehab. And slow down game, because there's too much kicking on. So my pharmacy's exhausted as well. Well, we just have to take them out. There's nothing we can really do. Alcohol production is... I need to keep that going up. Although it is cheaper to buy. We do have a bit of time to build up our stocks, actually, between now and the next disaster. So, we'll just switch them out as required. It's okay. Yeah, we'll keep on with this. Although, having said that, I think I will put him in there because I feel like this is more important than that at the moment. Got a nice save ratio there at the moment. It's nearly 3-1. We've got a nice load of drafts. Okay, if we had to order stuff, we could. Which is great news. Just the staff points. I'd love the staff points to be greater. If you have some soldiers at rehab, you can send them to reinforce the 2nd Scout unit. Can you? I don't think you can do that, can you? As far as I'm aware, that's not possible. But I might be totally wrong with that. What do we need to look at? We need to look at assignments. Warehouse summary trains, cemetery, hire personnel. Okay, I'm just looking at the menu. I've never clicked on these menus this way before. So, personal assignment, scouts. As far as I'm aware, doesn't even say how many is in. So if I can add a scout, yeah, it's going to cost 1, so I have to order 1. So I can't now remove this. Yeah, I can. I mean, I could order 1 scout. But I have nothing for the second scout team to do, so that it'd be pointless. I can add another scout to the first team. But if we have a look in this, actually, we should have some people to assign. So all the +1s certainly can go. Do you think I should keep some of the +3s back for the next fight? Would that be a good idea? Then we can build it up really quickly. I can keep them in there as long as I release them before it gets full. I mean, morale's maximum. Let's see, the bullet passed through. Understood. So this is going to dramatically increase the safety of patients in operations, which is going to be great. And everyone else is getting rest. So the surgery side is done. Actually, we can put you straight to work. You can rest afterwards. And on here, that's okay. So far, we'll just switch you two around, I think. And get them worked on. When's the next fight? It's not until the 30... It's on the 30th of October. It's nice that the Germans send us a message ahead of time to let us know when it's going to happen. Dear Major, we cordially invite you to attend the battle at the front line at 8 p.m. on the evening of the 30th. Please bring a friend and a bottle of wine. What have we got? The patient's body has a high tolerance for gas poisoning. We will administer the antidote. Oh, actually, if we give the normal dosage, we get shorter rehab. No, we'll administer the antidote, the smaller dosage, because we get decreased cost. And we can bank the rest. It's the 29th. Yeah, we've got a day. A day and a bit to build up a huge stock of these. 3 doctors awaiting new assignment. These guys came sneaking in, didn't they? Okay, well. Wasn't expecting that. I think I might just have to order some because the engineers can't produce the stuff fast enough.